People often say that first love mostly ends in regret, a blank space left in youth that can never be completed. But I have always believed that my love with Liu Yanshin was never a regret. It was waiting. It was returning. It was fate that after countless twists and turns, we would finally come back to each other. The fondness at 17 was the purest in the world. It craved no fame, no comfort, only the person himself. Liu Yanshin was the most upright youth in my memory, cold and steady, quiet yet gentle deep inside. To others, he was restrained and indifferent, but to me, he was the only preference and exception in my teenage years. I saw his high-spirited youth, his silent tenderness, and his stubborn protection for me. That heartbeat took root in my ignorant youth and stayed in my heart for more than 10 years. We were separated for 9 years. 9 years is long enough for youth to fade, for innocence to wear off, for distance to divide people, and for most emotions to be diluted by time. People came and went around me. Worldly love was passionate yet hasty. I witnessed countless partings and calculated relationships, gradually learning to be rational, restrained, and cautious with my heart. The world thinks I am sober, independent, and calm, with a smooth career and stable life, as if I have long let go of all obsessions. But only I know there is always a quiet corner in my heart reserved exclusively for the crush of my 17. It was the purest and most unreserved love I have ever had, untainted by worldly desires, clear and burning even after years. During those 9 years, I neither waited deliberately nor forgot on purpose. I grew up step by step, lived earnestly, and tried to accept new people and new fate. Yet every attempt left me perfunctory and empty. I finally understood that it was not that other love was imperfect, but that my heart had already settled for someone. No one else could replace the obsession rooted deep in my soul. When we parted in youth, we were too young, too proud, and too clumsy at expressing love. We had sincere affection, but no ability to resist reality. We had deep love, but no experience in staying together. A trivial quarrel, a moment of willfulness, and a silent goodbye separated us for 9 long years. After walking through countless roads and experiencing the helplessness of adulthood, I finally realized we parted not because we stopped loving, but because we loved too deeply, yet were powerless. The adult world is impetuous. Most love is based on trade-offs. Most breakups are timely losses, and most companionship is compromise. Having seen so many fleeting and superficial relationships, I cherish the desperate devotion of youth more than ever. The best love is never vigorous entanglement, but the certainty of reunion after a long separation, and unchanged sincerity after years. The moment I met Liu Yanshin again, I truly understood. All others are passers-by, only you are my way home. The 9-year blank did not weaken my heartbeat for him. Time did not bring estrangement, but deeper and steadier affection. We both matured, learned to cherish, and vowed never to let regret repeat itself. After reunion, he remains the same. Quiet, stable, and restrained, his inner tenderness and protection for me never change. Tempered by years and hardships, he carries the responsibility and thickness of a mature man. He has witnessed storms of the world, faced life and death trials, and experienced countless separations. Yet he reserves his softest and purest preference only for me. He never speaks flowery words, but hides all his tenderness, accommodation, and sense of security in daily companionship. He tolerates all my emotions, remembers all my habits, and yields to all my willfulness. He understands my hardships of 9 years alone, sees through my disguise of strength, and feels my unspoken longing. The world sees my calm and bright appearance, but only he sees my softness and obsession, catching all my vulnerability and unease. I once thought perfection meant a smooth life without flaws, but reunion with him taught me the true meaning of perfection: unchanged original heart after separation, mutual devotion across mountains and seas, and persistent preference despite missed years. All waiting is meaningful, all parting paves the way for reunion. Those 9 empty years polished our edges, cured our youthfulness, and taught us how to love and cherish each other properly. Most love in the world is stunning at first sight, yet fading with time, starting passionately and ending hastily. But ours is a reverse perfection. He amazed my youth and warms my adulthood. We loved ignorantly and parted hastily when young. Now we stay steadily and peacefully for a lifetime. We traded 9 years of regret for lifelong fulfillment. I am extremely fortunate that in the impetuous adult world, I can retrieve the purest love of my youth. After countless twists and turns and worldly ups and downs, I finally returned to the person at the beginning of my life. The best love is never a momentary heartbeat, but lifelong certainty. After seeing the whole world, I still choose you, and you still wait for me. The way home is never merely a road backward, but a heart determined to belong only to one person. My youth began with Lu Yanchen, and the rest of my life will belong only to Lu Yanchen. For all the years to come, wind, moon, morning and dusk, everything leads back to you. I often sit quietly in the quiet of the night, watching the dim, warm lamp beside the window, and my heart is filled with unprecedented peace and solidity. I have spent 9 years wandering in the adult world, drifting among unfamiliar crowds, learning to solve problems alone, to bear pressure alone, and to digest grievances alone. I have long been accustomed to being independent, to hiding my fragility behind a calm appearance, and to treating all gains and losses in life with a lukewarm attitude. I once thought that I would spend my whole life in such a state, stable but dull, peaceful but lacking warmth, never encountering a love that could stir my heart again. Before reuniting with Lu Yanchen, I had already compromised with life. I thought that growing up meant learning to be alone, learning to let go, and learning to bury all youthful obsessions in the depths of time. I watched my friends around me fall in love, break up, compromise, and marry, and I gradually accepted that most people's love in this world is mediocre and perfunctory, that long-lasting devotion is rare, and that reunion after a long separation is even more a luxury in the mortal world. I no longer expected dramatic encounters or earth-shattering affection, only hoping for a stable and plain life, free from major ups and downs. But Lu Yanchen's reappearance completely broke my trivial compromise with life. He let me know that love does not have to be noisy and intense, nor does it need deliberate romance and exaggerated vows. The best love is the quiet companionship that penetrates every trivial day, the unconditional tolerance that never tires, and the firm protection that never wavers despite the passage of time. He did not use grand gestures to move me, but used every ordinary day after the reunion to fill the 9 years of blankness and loneliness I had endured alone. He knows that I have been used to carrying everything on my own for years, so he takes the initiative to block all the wind and rain for me. He will take the initiative to ask about my trivial daily work, will carefully remember my little preferences that I even ignore myself, will take the initiative to resolve all my trivial troubles, and will never let me fall into helplessness and entanglement again. In the past 9 years, I have been used to being my own shelter, but after meeting him, I finally have someone to rely on unconditionally, someone who will hold my hand firmly and tell me that I don't have to be strong all the time. I have always felt that the most touching part of our love is not the vigorous heartbeat of youth, but the reconciliation and cherishing after growing up. When we were young, we loved recklessly, but we were stubborn and arrogant, always refusing to take the initiative to bow our heads, always letting trivial misunderstandings accumulate into insurmountable gaps. We were too eager to prove our love, but we did not know how to accommodate each other's shortcomings and tolerate each other's imperfections. The youthful love is sincere and hot, but also impulsive and fragile, easy to bloom brilliantly, but also easy to wither hastily. But the grown-up us are completely different. We have experienced the cruelty of reality, tasted the helplessness of parting, and understood the rarity of meeting again. We no longer quarrel over trivial tempers, no longer hurt each other with stubborn silence, no longer let pride override love. We have learned to communicate frankly, to take the initiative to compromise, to cherish every minute of getting along, and to hold each other's hands tightly for fear of missing again. Time has polished our edges and tempered our hearts, turning our youthful impulsiveness into mature steadiness, and turning our previous regretful parting into lifelong firm companionship. Many people say that missing is destined and that youth is always accompanied by regret, but I think that all the misses in life are for the final perfect encounter. If we had not separated when we were young, we would not have experienced the loneliness of 9 years alone, would not have understood how precious each other is, and would not have grown into the most suitable appearance for each other. The 9 years of separation is not a pity, but a necessary tempering for our lifelong companionship. It let us get rid of youthful immaturity, learn to be responsible for feelings, and understand the true meaning of cherishing and staying together. I have seen countless couples who stay together when young, but separate when they grow up. They can share the passion of youth, but cannot bear the triviality of life. They can face the wind and rain together in hardship, but cannot maintain their original heart in plain days. But Lu Yanshin and I are different. Our love has gone through the test of time and distance. We have endured the loneliness of years apart, so we know how to cherish the trivial warmth of being together. We have experienced the pain of parting, so we will never take reunion lightly. He is a firefighter who walks between life and death all year round. His job is dangerous and arduous, and he has to face countless emergencies and unknown risks every day. He has seen the most desperate scenes in the world, witnessed countless separations of life and death, and should have become cold and indifferent to feelings. But on the contrary, because he knows how fragile life is and how fleeting reunion is, he cherishes our feelings more than anyone else. Every time he goes out on a mission, he will come back to me safely without fail. Every time he faces danger, he will leave all his tenderness to me. He uses his life to guard the world and uses all his tenderness to guard me. I have always known that behind his calm and restrained appearance, there is a passionate and sincere heart that loves me deeply. He is not good at words, never talks about lingering love, and never makes empty promises. But all his actions are full of deep affection. He will arrange all trivial matters for me properly, will consider all my moods thoroughly, will accommodate all my little willfulness, and will use his whole life to make up for the 9 years he missed me. In the adult world where feelings are fickle and choices are numerous, it is extremely rare to have a person who has a consistent original heart. Many people change their hearts with the environment and drift with the world, but Lu Yanshin has always adhered to his original intention. Whether he was a young and ignorant teenager or a mature and stable adult, the person he loves has always been me. His love is not a momentary passion, nor a temporary novelty, but a long-term perseverance that spans youth and adulthood, crosses time and distance, and never changes from beginning to end. I used to be afraid of time, afraid that years would dilute the heartbeat of youth, afraid that distance would alienate our feelings, afraid that we would eventually become strangers who pass by each other. But after going through all this, I finally understand that true love is never defeated by time and distance. Those shallow feelings will fade with the passage of time, but the deep love rooted in the bone and blood will only become more firm and mellow with the precipitation of years. Time washes away superficial enthusiasm, but retains the most sincere and essential affection. Our love is never vigorous and eye-catching, but it is steady and reassuring enough. It is hidden in the morning greetings and night goodnights, in the company of 3 meals a day, in the waiting before returning home every night, in the tolerance and consideration in trivial life. It is the most ordinary mortal warmth, but it is the most precious redemption in my life. It let me, who has been wandering for years, finally find a stable harbor, let my restless heart finally settle down, and let all the loneliness and hesitation of the past have a perfect destination. I no longer envy other people's vigorous love and romantic encounters, because I already have the best love in the world, the love that can withstand the test of time, endure the polish of triviality, and remain unchanged after ups and downs is the most real and lasting love. Lu Yanshin did not give me a vigorous love that amazes everyone, but he gave me a lifelong sense of security that no one can replace. He let me know that the best ending of love is not vigorous entanglement, but plain companionship, not momentary passion, but lifelong persistence. Looking back on the past years, all the hardships and loneliness are worthwhile. The 9 years of waiting and missing have made our reunion more precious and our companionship more firm. All the stumbling and detours in life are to meet the most suitable person at the best time. I am grateful for the stubbornness of my youth, for not letting myself compromise casually, for insisting on the purest love in my heart, and finally waiting for the person who belongs to me alone. In the days to come, there will be no more long-distance separation, no more endless waiting, no more helpless missing. We will walk through every ordinary season hand in hand, spend every trivial day together, watch the sunrise and sunset, feel the wind and moon change, and guard the trivial warmth of mortal life steadily. Youth has passed, but our love will last forever with the years. I finally understand the true meaning of the name The Way Home. The way home is not a simple road, but a person who is worth waiting for all his life. A home that can settle all restlessness, and a love that never changes. All the wind and rain I have experienced, all the roads I have traveled, all the people I have met are paving the way for me to return to you. From youth to adulthood, from separation to reunion, from wandering to settling down, my whole life's way home is just you, Lu Yanshin. No matter how time changes, no matter how the world changes, my original heart will never change. I will hold your hand firmly, walk through the trivial years of life with you, endure the ordinary days with you, and spend the rest of my life peacefully and steadily with you. All the past regrets are completed by the present reunion. All the past wanderings are settled by the present companionship. This life, I have found my way home, and I will never wander again. I often think quietly that if fate had let us meet earlier, we might have avoided 9 years of loneliness and separation. But now I no longer have such extravagant hopes. Every arrangement of fate is the best arrangement. The early meeting is youthful and reckless, while the later reunion is mature and stable. We missed the ignorant youth, but we ushered in a steady adulthood that knows how to cherish. This is the most perfect gift fate gives us. In the trivial days after reunion, I can always feel the solid sense of happiness that I have never had before. Happiness is no longer an illusory expectation, but a real touch within reach. It is the warm temperature of his palm when he holds my hand, the gentle gaze when he looks at me, the reassuring response whenever I need him, and the unwavering guardianship in every wind and rain. This kind of plain and real happiness is far more touching than any vigorous romance. He knows all my past loneliness, understands all my hidden unease, pities all my unspoken grievances, so he always tries his best to spoil me and love me in the days to come. He will never let me bear the wind and rain alone again, never let me taste the loneliness of separation again, never let me hide my fragility alone in the dark night. He will use his whole life to warm my years, to guard my peace, and to make up for all the regrets and loneliness of the past 9 years. I have walked through the most confused and lonely years of my life alone, and now I finally have someone to depend on for the rest of my life. I no longer need to be brave stubbornly, no longer need to disguise my emotions, no longer need to carry all the pressure and helplessness alone. I can be willful and coquettish in front of him, can vent my trivial emotions unscrupulously, can show my most real and vulnerable side without pretense, because I know that he will always catch me, always tolerate me, always love me unconditionally. This is the best state of love in my mind. Two people who have gone through vicissitudes and grown up independently meet again after years of separation, still retain their original sincerity and love, understand each other's hardships, cherish each other's existence, and walk hand in hand for the rest of their lives. We do not rely on each other for survival, but we are willing to accommodate each other for love. We do not need each other to perfect our lives, but we are willing to spend the rest of our lives with each other. Time is the most fair judge, filtering all false and impetuous feelings, and retaining the most sincere and lasting affection. Those feelings that fade with time are not true love after all. Only the love that can stand the test of years, distance, and separation is the true love that can last a lifetime. Our love has gone through the tempering of time, survived the test of separation, and finally settled in the trivial mortal days, becoming the most solid and warmest reliance in my life. In the days to come, I will no longer sigh for the past regrets, no longer hesitate for the unknown future. With Lu Yanshin by my side, every day is full of hope and warmth. I will cherish every day of reunion, guard our hard-won affection, spend the ordinary but warm trivial days with him, and let the years be gentle and the rest of my life be peaceful. All the way through wind and rain, all the way through ups and downs, all the way through separation and reunion. I finally ended my wandering and found my exclusive way home. The wind and moon in the world are trivial, only the company of you is the ultimate belonging. My youth ends with separation, and my life settles with reunion. For the rest of my life, every scenery, every season, every day and night is all the way home to you.